Wow. I could never believe I could get one of these when I was a kid. No way. I can't even seem to remember which one is which actually. I mean, I think these are cool and all, and obviously they do matter. I'm not gonna say they don't matter, but at the end of the day, they're just pieces of metal, right? I think what really matters are the experiences, the lessons, the adventure, the memories.
一直在录，说两句吧，兄弟，说两句。
爱你们，谢谢中国，
耶！
Well, this is me, winning the AGP World in 2017, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament. And for that one moment, in my own bracket, I was on the top of the world in that organization. Now let's be real, for today's elites in the sport, this title might not mean much. But for me, this was huge. Because growing up, I was the complete opposite of what you'd expect from a world level athlete. I've been doing sports since I was 6, and I looked up to the people who were successful in it. But I was never one of them, like not even close. I was born with a frail body and a big old head like I have now. Mostly water. I had hypermobile joints, flat fade, weak structure, well the list goes on. I worked hard though, I always did. But my success in the sports was this. I was always good enough to sit on the substitute bench. That was my spot. And I did like multiple sports, you know. I did volleyball, basketball, football, which you guys call soccer sometimes in the US. And not only I wasn't performing well, I needed to switch sports too. Why? Because of injuries, health issues. Every time I started something, a doctor would eventually say, oh, you're not built for this, or your spine cannot handle this, or your joints are too soft, or you should stop doing this sport before it gets worse, and so on and so on. And that hurt, man. I mean, not only physically, but emotionally as well, to be honest with you. Now in Turkey, in my country, before the school starts, everybody lines up in the schoolyard. We stand in lines and do this little ceremony. It's a little like Pledge of Allegiance in the US, right? And during that time, they'd make these announcements. They'd call out the names of the kids that have won some championships or tournaments or whatever. Like they would show off their medals, their trophies, and so on. They'd get to step forward and be praised in front of everybody. Wow. I used to watch these kids and I used to stare at them like heroes. You know, I would look up to them. And I just wish I so badly wanted to be up there, you know, with them. But I never was. Later on, as I grew up, I fell in love with martial arts. One in particular, karate. I started training it, I fell in love with it, but same story. After a while, I ended up in hospitals again. Constant knee pain, back pain. And the doctors told me, oh, you shouldn't be doing this sport. It doesn't fit your body. You cannot do those kind of rotations. Your spine and your knee cannot handle it. Your body is not fit for this. And I'm about 18 or 19 years old about this point. And I started getting furious, like with myself, with the world, with the doctors, with everything. I remember getting really mad. One day I just said, you know what, man, that's enough. Well, my knees hurt when I do these certain forms and certain motions. You know what? Either they will break or I will. And I started like forcing them, you know. Now, let me be very clear. This was incredibly stupid. Don't do this. But I kept forcing these motions. And eventually, you know what happened? Pain started to fade away. I started feeling better in my knees. Now once more, this wasn't the smartest idea that I tried, but I think what happened was, maybe I was young and stuff as well, my body was able to handle a bit of damage there, probably, and it actually started getting stronger. The muscles around the joints and the overall knee area, I think it started getting used to these motions. No matter what happened, right, I realized something. I can improve. I can improve my body, I can improve what I have. Like I wasn't really stuck in a fixed place. Maybe if I could work hard, my body would adapt. Maybe a little slowly, maybe it would need some effort, but it could improve. So I kept working hard, and I got to a level where I could at last receive my black belt in karate. But as time went on, I started being introduced to different martial arts. Eventually, I transitioned into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, Muay Thai. But BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, was what stuck with me. I stuck to my mentality, I kept improving my body, kept training Jiu-Jitsu, kept getting new belts and stuff, and about like the purple belt level, I was in Shanghai, I made a decision. I wanted to test myself. Like not to win, not to be a champion, but I just wanted to try something different. I don't have to prove anything, but all my life, I've been in the sidelines. I was always watching others doing stuff in sports. And now I just wanted to be on the mat. Like those people that I look up to, right? I wanted to share the mats with them. I wanted to be in the same environment with them. I just wanted to stand next to them. That's it. If I could do that, I'd be satisfied. That's what I thought. So I signed up for a competition. Scary experience, but I jumped in. And know what happened? I won my division. Then I even tried to get into the open weight category, which is people of all weight classes competing against each other. I even got a medal there too. This was such an interesting experience for me. Yeah, I won something, but I shared the mats with tough guys, with these MMA people. And one of these people ended up becoming the superstar of China in UFC. It didn't happen when I was a kid. It happened when I was almost 30. But it didn't matter. I was finally there and I was happy. After that, I chased that feeling. I kept competing. I kept challenging myself. I kept growing. I started winning bigger things. I won Chinese championship. I went to other countries. I won championships and medals in other countries as well. Things started going really good until the story took another turn. At the regional level, things were simple. It wasn't easy, but it was straightforward. Train hard, improve your body, stay focused, you get some success. But the regional level tournaments, like Asian Open, or the global level tournaments like AGP Worlds, things were very different. Like I'd fly all the way to Abu Dhabi, to Japan, spend all that money, put all that effort, and come back like empty-handed. Especially in the Worlds, I would go there, lose my first match, get submitted, and just come back. Nah, it wasn't fun. I felt like giving up. Again. Maybe I wasn't cut for this level, you know? So I started looking for some alternatives. I spoke to my coach. I said, what can I do different? And he gave me a suggestion that was unexpected for me at the time. He told me, don't just train harder. Focus on your breathing. Think about your mindset a little bit. So I stopped doing extreme training. I started looking into more smart training. Just hard enough. And then started turning in a bit more. I started working on my mind. I began reading a lot of books about sports psychology especially. I worked on my breathing, I tried to be aware of my breathing, I worked on my belly breathing a bit more, which helped clear my mind even more. I tried to be emotionally efficient, not only physically. The biggest mental shift I made was this, like no emotions, no drama, no attachments, no being lost in the past or what could happen in the future. Just efficiency. I don't care how I will do this, but I will win, I will beat everybody, I will submit everybody, and I'm gonna win. That's it. Well, then something crazy happened. I competed again in Asian Open in Japan. Gold medal, all submissions. Then I went to AGP Worlds again. Gold medal, champion, all submissions. Then black belt Asian Open next year. Same story. Gold medal, all submissions. The kid who never made off the bench now was winning on the big stages. And here's the funny thing, I was winning, and yet something unexpected hit me. I noticed I didn't enjoy winning tournaments as much as I thought I would. As I was growing, I thought, you know what, when I get the next thing, I'm gonna be really happy. But I noticed even after winning AGP Worlds, I didn't feel that much happiness, to be honest. I still love the sport, don't get me wrong. I just realized my passion is not in trying to be the best, beating others. It was in getting better. It was in being on that road and helping others get better, helping others break their chains and become the better versions of themselves. So I stopped chasing medals, I stopped competing. Now I coach, I guide, I teach. And honestly, seeing one of my students winning at a local tournament makes me much happier than some of the bigger tournaments that I've won. So, what did this all teach me? Yes, hard work matters, but the edge came from the mentality. When I started working in, as opposed to only working out, things have changed. Also, you need to dream big, even if it's stupid. You might fail, or you might make it, but the journey will still make you, will still shape you. And I got to stay flexible, mentally, not only physically. Your biggest dream might not be your biggest calling, and that's okay. And finally, it's never too late. I wanted to be a champion as a child. Didn't happen. It only happened after my 30s. But that little kid inside me, he's proud. He's content. And he's finally at rest. Hope you guys enjoyed listening my story as much as I did sharing it. Thank you for listening. If you didn't like the video, well, I still thank you for listening this far, guys. What do you guys think? Do you have any dreams? Do you have any success stories of your own? Please let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear more from you. And if you would like to support me, please don't forget to follow me. Drop a like maybe, or maybe drop a support comment. I would really appreciate that too, guys. That being said, thank you so much once more. Hope to see you guys again in the next video, folks. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.